Okay, it's me again. So let's see, what have I been doing? I spent 2 weeks with my mom back in my home state, and we had a Skype session with my therapist, and it went really well, actually. She's kind of excited, which is, I think, a little unusual for a person of my age, for their mom to be excited about the transition. But she's basically thinking about it as if I were growing up. Like, I'm still a 15-year-old boy, and now I'm becoming a man. So I guess that's an okay way to look at it. I am kind of silly, and PlayStations, stuff like that. So yeah, she's good. What else has happened? Oh, and I went to my sister's, who lives in the same state. Has 3 daughters, and all of them were fine with it. They asked, questions that teenagers and preteens would ask, about the genitals and that kind of thing. But I think they're gonna be okay. They already call me uncle, so it's not gonna change too much. What else? Anything else? My wife and I have been watching that show. What's that show? Transparent. Well, we watched the whole season. We kind of binge watched it, and there was a character, a trans guy character in the show. And after that show went off, she came over to me because he had big beard and stuff. And that's one of my fears, is being really hairy, which I probably will be because I'm already pretty hairy. And she came over to me and said, "I think I can handle this," because I could have gone out with that guy, that trans guy on that show. So, and she's like, "And that's what I imagine you'll look like with the hair, and the beard." So that's good. What other news is there to report? I'm getting ready to have my next therapy session, and I will get you updated on what he says about, as far as the hormones and stuff go. And I have been thinking a lot about this transition and, what it means, and am I going to be betraying my womanhood kind of thing? Am I going to be, I don't know, trading for, male privilege? And this is stuff I'm not used to. So that's the kind of things I want to talk to the therapist about. Otherwise, I've been doing really well. I didn't mention the last time that I've been, for the last probably year or so, I've been going through some, well, at first it was really bad anxiety. I'd never had panic attacks before, but I started having panic attacks. They're terrible, awful, awful, awful. And so they put me on medicine for that, and I ended up in a really bad depression. And so, I basically ended up being scared to leave the house because I was afraid I was going to have a panic attack, and then the depression kept me from doing much, and it was a bad scene up to now. And I think the winter, where I live now, the winter is pretty bad. We're not too far away from Boston, so if you can imagine, the winter's pretty bad, and maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But now that the sun's shining, I've been feeling so much better, and I don't know if it's because of the sun, the change in the weather, or the fact that I might be transitioning. But I haven't had a panic attack. I've been doing so much better, leaving the house, no problems. So I mean, if it is the transition, then it's a really big deal. I didn't realize that it would have this much of an impact on my anxiety and depression. What else? I guess that's really it. Things are going really well as far as that, the anxiety and depression. A little bit nervous about what he's going to say if I'm going to be starting the tea sometime soon. Also, last time I didn't mention that my wife is talking about having children. And that scares the crap out of me. Not because the children part, is because I'm 40 years old. I don't know if I can like chase a toddler or a baby around. I'm gonna have to get in better shape. But she's talking about having kids. She's 36, I'm 40, so she wants to get on it. She keeps saying, her eggs have a time limit, and I guess that's true, but I mean, the transition plus kids, I mean, it's kind of all coming together. Anyway, I will update right after this session with my therapist. I'll add to the end of this, and I'll let you know what he says and where we're going. So the session is over. We basically talked about the fact that I'm feeling better is probably due to the transition, that I'm getting that stuff all in order. We also talked about the feeling of betraying my fellow feminists, and he basically said that you can still be a feminist even as a guy, and actually you have opportunities to affect other guys who might not think the way that you do. So I guess that's a good thing. That makes me feel better about it. What else? Oh, and he's sending me to the doctor for the tea. So that's coming up really soon, apparently. He said it should take at least a month to get in, and then so maybe about a month or a month and a half before I start the tea. So I guess that's it for now. Can't think of anything else I'd like to say. Trying to think about the session. Is there anything else that I need to talk about? Nope. I guess that's it. So I guess the next one will be after my appointment, my tea appointment. I don't know. Or if I get anything goes bad between now and the appointment. I guess I'll talk about it. But right now I feel great. It's spring. Everything's going well. The anxiety is past. No more depression. So hopefully it'll stay that way. Okay. Have a good day.